you'll be like everybody else if you do not understand this concept. Here, I'll let you know if it's recording.
No, it is. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, it is.
Are you sure you're lying?
It's recording.
So to answer your question, or what you were talking about before, in regards to why you became successful with the other piece, there is a big secret in the success world of why certain people are able to achieve some things and others are not. And it's something that I've used a lot, and it has to do with understanding how your brain chemistry works. So everybody always looks for this motivation. They look for these YouTube videos to build them up and make them go to the gym and get them all hyped for the day and be able to go out and sell these deals and do this and do that. The thing is that motivation is dog shit. And the reason behind motivation being dog shit is it's chemical related. What I mean by that is that within the brain we have chemical reactions that occur. So, for example, this ties into happiness or sadness. Happiness is simply an overabundance of dopamine and serotonin and the feel-good chemicals of which are being released in the brain. That is what actually makes you feel happy. The problem is that everybody's always chasing happiness. They're chasing good, feel-good stuff, and they're not realizing that this is simply a chemical reaction within the body. On the flip side, sadness, depression, this, that, and the other is a lack. So it's not an abundance, obviously. It's not a baseline, but it's a lack of the chemicals of dopamine and serotonin and such being released into the brain at a given stimulus situation. That's where sadness and depression come in. Now, the reason that this is important to understand that these chemical reactions are what are making you feel what you feel is that you cannot perpetually feel one or the other. The reason I'm getting into this is with motivation, people who want to become successful via motivation and watching motivational videos and motivational posts and trying to build themselves up in this way. Motivation is fleeting, meaning it will run out. It is hold on, I don't want to get in an accident. Yeah, you know what, I'm fast enough. So motivation is fleeting. It is not something that is stable. It will not stay. It can't. The reason behind that is when you feel motivation, it is a chemical reaction occurring within your brain. It is not going to last. What will last is understanding how to hijack the brain chemicals and get those feel-good feelings to more than likely perpetuate longer than they typically would. How that works is this. So, let me just gather my thoughts for a second. So, we are geared as humans, and actually most of the animal kingdom is geared this way, to go after the path of least resistance. The issue is that a lot of the technology of today, or a lot of the way that we live, has hijacked our brain chemicals. I'm going to focus on dopamine specifically. To get a dopamine release back when, you would have to accomplish something worthy of note. Nowadays, you don't really have to do much of anything to have a dopamine drop into your brain. So, for example, this is how people get locked into social media. They're constantly getting this drip of dopamine that is hitting into their brain as they see more and more likes, more and more comments, more and more people following them. These are very easily obtainable dopamine drips within your brain. The reason that this is so important to understand is that instead of doing the hard things in life, instead of doing what it's going to take for you to become successful or to do things that require hard work is not very dopamine releasing. It doesn't feel good. But the thing is, on the other side of hard work, on the other side of all these challenges and stuff, who you want to be, that is the person that you want to be on the other side, and that's going to feel great. But you're not going to perpetually feel motivated to continue to get there if your dopamine is constantly being hijacked by social media or pornography or quick fix stuff, video games, all of this stuff is designed to get the highest dopamine release within your brain for the least amount of effort. That is the whole secret. What I mean is this: your brain it goes through processes that are called neuroplasticity or neuro, whatever the word is. Via neuroplasticity, all that means is that your brain is moldable. Your neurons in your brain that are firing, the physical constructs within your brain change. They change on a daily basis. They change through repetition. They change through experiences. So the fact that you're getting these dopamine drips from doing things that are extremely easy, logging onto Facebook is extremely easy. Getting like on a photo because you posted something cool, that's extremely easy. It's the same dopamine you get from closing a deal, or it's the same dopamine you get from getting the body that you want at the gym or doing something difficult. It's the same dopamine. The chemical is the same. But if you're getting it from the path of least resistance, what happens is on a neuroplastic level, your brain is physically constructing through repetition physical pieces of your brain that are going to tell you to continue to do the same behavior that is yielding you the shit results in your life. The shit results, however they are that you don't like your life, the shit results are still giving you the dopamine drops within your brain. Your brain cannot see on the outside of you what is the stimulus that is affecting the dopamine drop within the brain. What this means is that whether you're getting your dopamine, which is your drug of choice as humans, whether you're getting your dopamine from outside stimulus that is achieving goals you actually want in life and building a life of which you actually want to live, regardless if it's coming from that or if your dopamine release is coming from some chick on Facebook liking your photo, your brain doesn't care. So you are physically wiring yourself to go for the easier things in life and not attempt to take on the hard things. People and humanity as a whole are motivated by only two things: get away from pain, go towards pleasure. As long as you're away from pain and you're at baseline, the only thing that you're going to do in your existence, no matter what it is, look at every single activity you do in your life, every single conversation, no matter what you do, you're getting away from pain and you're going towards pleasure. Once you're away from pain, if the pleasure is easily obtainable, regardless that it's not going to get you where you want, ask a drug addict. They feel great when they're high, but they hate their fucking lives, many of them. You are only motivated to get away from pain and go towards pleasure. If you ever want to get to where you want to be in life, you have got to detox from the easy paths in life to get dopamine, which is your only primary goal objective in life, to feel good once you're away from pain. That is your only objective. Until you get away from the easy ways of obtaining that, you are never, ever in your life going to go after the more difficult things that are going to get you what you truly want in life. That is the secret to success. That is the piece that everybody's missing. You've got to get away from going on the path of the least resistance to get the dopamine drops in your brain, to get a life that is truly obtainable, by the way, but to get a life that you truly want, where you're going to get the real dopamine drops that you're looking for and the real feeling of satisfaction when you wake up in the morning and you look at yourself in the mirror. The only way to get there is to understand this concept of what I talked about in this video. I appreciate you talking about what you did before that to kind of spurred this, but the only way for you to get there is to understand this concept. If you do not understand this concept, you're going to get stuck like everybody else in the addictive patterns and the downward spirals of getting highly addicted to stupid activities that are moving you nowhere in life and are simply passing your precious time in this world, as opposed to spending it to get a return, spending your time like an investment to get the return of which you want in life. you'll be like everybody else if you do not understand this concept. This is a good video. I'm gonna use this. This is a good video. Thanks for recording it, Chris.
So you're done? You good?
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Sweet, man. Good shit.
Don't put me on your level. I am not like you. I'm not gonna settle. Body bag, got a right tag. I'll be right